Yo ho ho! What's going on, boys? This is Grim Reaper bringing you Kingdom 845. It's been a minute, a very, very long time, years since I've covered Kingdom. But it doesn't mean that it's been years since I've been reading it. I have never, ever, ever stopped reading Kingdom. After the reread that I did, just kept going. Unfortunately, I didn't decide to cover it. But we're going to try and change that now and grow our fan base. The achievements that we're pushing towards. We're now finally beginning to push to accomplish Issei's goal. We're almost there, bro. Like it's been, this is one of the greatest stories because there are hundreds of chapters. They take 50, hundreds of chapters just to mislead you, take you in the wrong direction. Misconceptions, ratchets in the plan. Like Riboku won. Kanyo fought back and beat us. The renewed army also got defeated. OUSEN was defeated. Like, who would have expected that? But let's keep pushing. Oh, and my boy Conky's death. Oh my god. Conky's death. No. But let's go. 845. 30 days ago, Kanyo. Report. Shinsei fell. It has fallen. The royal capital surrendered without bloodshed, and our army suffered no losses. Han is now part of Kin. They have unconditionally surrendered. Yo, everybody's out there cheering, throwing their hands up. Yeah. Even Issei stood up. Yo, look at Shabunku. Or Shoheiku. Yo, the boys. Yo, he's just chilling though. Your Majesty, congratulations. Finally. It's still just one state, but at last, the first one. Yes. Yo, Issei out there cooling. He ain't even like too hype. He just cooling. Like, that's right, man. It was a plan. Shin's out there, man. Excuse us. My king. These are reports from Rishi. And these two. Put them there. I'll look at them later. Majesty, I've told your Majesty before, there's no need to go through all of them. We examine all the details ourselves. That won't do. Each and every one of these reports is the hard-earned result of people who risk their lives. If their king doesn't read them, who will? But for the sake of your health. The only day I was truly happy was the day I received that report. The wine that night was something special. Been a while since I last drank. Damn, bro, you said don't even be drinking like that. Alright. Still, I figured the court would be a bit quieter with Rishi. But he's making a lot of noise with all these reports. That man is recording even the tiniest of details. Right, that's how you do it. Yo, Rishi, yo. What an acquisition, bro. What an acquisition. Rishi, now is when Rishi's showing up, bro. Y'all thought Rishi was going to be making changes later on? No, now is when Rishi's showing up. Now it is. Despite the integration having only just begun, we've already received a great number of reports. Their level of commitment has far exceeded expectations. It seems the cooperation of Han's noble families was a crucial factor. Perhaps appointing them to government posts was the right move after all. That's exactly what it was. For now, yes. What I was referring to was something that might happen a year or two down the line. In times of subjugation, unrest will always arise from those stripped of their power. I believe the leaving remnants of the Han royal family in place was not a wise decision. No. I mean, it's not that I oppose or disapprove of His Majesty's judgment. If leaving the Han royal family in place ends up being the root of a future rebellion, then I will bear full responsibility. But that day, Shohei-kun's unrelenting stance brought the discussion to a standstill. Even now, I still don't understand why Shohei-kun was so stubborn about pushing that plan through. Could it have had something to do with his origins? Fukyo. Don't make careless assumptions. That's being disrespectful to the Chancellor. origins. What they mean, Ben? Where he's from? I forgot where he's from. More, I thought Shohei-kun was always, because he was the equivalent of Mobu. He's always been here. Are they saying in his backstory he was born somewhere else? But more importantly, when is my visit to Shinte planned? Rishi asked your majesty to wait a little longer. He's concerned that if a disturbance or disorder breaks out in the capital. I know they're busy. But if they keep dragging their feet, I'll go there myself, without warning or hesitation. I think he's done that before. Understood. I will relay those words to them. What will you be doing in Shinte, your majesty? Well, I want to meet the king of Han and have a proper talk with him. It might be a real nuisance for them, though. What could a victorious king possibly have to say to the defeated one? First, I want to offer him words of appreciation. We both carry a burden only a king can understand. That's something no one else could truly grasp. And also, I want to see Shin. Yeah. Free Shin, boy. It seems the army stationed in Shinte, including Shin and the others, still cannot leave. They're still training the people of Han to serve as king soldiers. So, they're in a hurry over there too, us. Yes. Before he left for Shinte, Shohei-kun left us with that message. It seems a decisive battle with Zhao will be next year. You always wonder who's next, because they was talking about Wei and one more country was going to attack once Han falls, and we know they had already sent their support forces, and that the support forces were pretty much like just doing a melee for show and then backing off, kind of like just like to be able to say to the people of Han that, hey, yeah, we tried, but you know, things are going on. They could type shit, you know. Man, the Kyoku-ho and Gaku-ka armies are also mobilizing and forming their own forces. They've received orders from Shohei-kun to once again form an army of 50,000. Reports say that General Tao will remain in Shinte to maintain order. At the same time, the army stationed there will absorb Han troops, expand into a massive force, and march north next year for the Zhao invasion. Oh, dang. Is Shin about to go by himself, man? Yo. And on top of that, there are two more large armies. The first is Yotawa. Oh, damn! Big power! It still got big power out there. The first is Yotawa's army in Heian. It has mobilized the entire Kwangrong force from Ryoyo to form a large army and has begun intense military exercises. Yotawa says she's ready to march north and capture Canton at any time. Yo, I believe her, man. Oh, damn. They absorbed the Ryoyo army? I hadn't heard about that. Yotanwa does things like that from time to time, saying stuff like, I'm one of the 6 generals and whatnot. She big power Yotanwa, man. You said there were 2 earlier. Which is the other one? Your Majesty. Well, in addition to Yotanwa's army, even we were caught off guard. It's the army at Atsuyo. Atsuyo? Yes. So that means, yes, Atsuyo didn't report in themselves, so we hadn't realized it. They've also been mobilizing troops on their own from nearby regions and repeatedly drilling them. Apparently, they've reached the size of their former army. What? Back to their original strength? Yes. In other words, the army that once suffered a crushing defeat, that was destroyed. That's what he was talking about. I was like, yo, who you talking about, bro? I forgot about you. It seems that man's army has revived. That's dirty. Hold on, what they said about? Hold on. They've also been mobilizing troops on their own from nearby regions and repeatedly drilling them. Yo. Osen coming back, man. Big power. Yo, under the authority of Issei, right? This isn't a rebellion that's being formed, right? Why are they so like? Is it because he went on his own? Jingaku, yes. Summon the 5 generals. Osen's big power boys. Yo, they coming. Osen army. First general, Naraku. Yeah. Second general, Ankai. Yeah. Third general, Shinsho. Yeah. Fourth general, Suho. So, isn't that No, Susui. Susui is our guy. Fifth general, Riju. Oh, a female now. Oh. The 5 generals have arrived. Good. Stand and listen. Yes, sir. There's a report from Shohei-kun of the new military office. Okay, so no, they weren't excommunicated. I'll have to reread that because I thought pretty much he went off on his own. I didn't know that he had been communicating with Shohei-kun the entire time, but yeah, that seems right. There's a report from Shohei-kun of the new military office. Toho has stepped down from the 6 great generals. Toho stepped down. However, that is not a matter of importance. Next year, we will once again launch an attack on Zhao. Osen coming too, man. Yo, Tower, Osen new power shit. Oh. From Heiyo, the Yotanwa army will move out. From Shinte, the To army under new leadership and the Hishin unit will mobilize. The Gakaka and the Gyokuho armies will also advance north. Damn, bro, everybody coming, bro. Everybody coming, bro. Muten and the boys. Then the Goku and the Gokuho army will also advance east to participate in the campaign against Kanto. In other words, we will defeat Riboku. That's right, we coming back from round 2, man. We wanna take that there. It's gonna be tough. Riboku gonna be cheeks, man. From deep within Han, troops made up of Han citizens are being sent. New forces, you say? Yes. They're forces we can afford to let die. Wow. Wow. It's crazy. You knew that this guy was capable of all different kinds of tactics, but not to the extremities that Kanki was. But we see that, like, and don't get me wrong, it's not the same barbarism, but we see how tactical he's willing to be. Like, what he's willing to let go. OUSEN. I believe that we saw the same thing whenever we used the mass of refugees as a strategy as well too. Or I think that was Kanki. Was that Kanki? Yeah, it was Kanki's strategy actually. I don't know, but I'm gonna go back and reread, because this shit good, man. Good. They're forces we can afford to let die. With pieces like these in place, it means we can employ special kinds of warfare. In other words, it allows us to make bold moves. Is he smiling, bro? Shinsho. Yes. Riju. Devise 10 variations of that strategy and report back. Understood. The other three generals are to shift from drilling troops to support warfare. Starting today, move towards live combat readiness. So, what is it? What do you think of the current 5 generals? I believe their talent is not inferior to the ones before. It is surprising that such talent was still lying dormant within the army. It's a result of your constant effort to scout and elevate capable talent. I am also impressed by how quickly we've recovered. What a foolish thing to say. It's about time you return to your old, wisecracking self, Soul. Do you think standing around and doing nothing is going to lift the troops' morale? Riboku has, of course, already seen through our full army's advance. They'll be fully prepared on their side as well. This will be a battle on a scale far beyond the battles of Jian and Hango. So, next is the final decisive battle with Riboku. Yes, sir. OUSEN ready, bro. OUSEN ready, bro. And we got a big power weapon in Shin, man. Yo. Yo. So, what I'm wondering from earlier is that, like, does everybody at Kanyo know that Toho is stepping down? Well, they have to. Do they, though? Because the dialogue at Kanyo wasn't necessarily that he was stepping down, it was that he's going to be in charge at at the Han capital, Shinte or whatever. So, like, do they actually know that he's stepping down? Because Shohei-kun understands it, but he's a military leader. So, like, how does that work? OUSEN coming back is gonna be big power. I wonder if he's gonna have the same authority, like be the supreme commander of this force, or how that's gonna run. Because technically, this portion here was split up between Shin and pretty much Toho, or just Toho, and Shin behind him, obviously. But like, so I'm wondering how that's gonna go. Because Toho's not moving forward for sure. He's not moving forward. Shohei-kun saying that, and OUSEN like accepting and passing on the fact that like, hey, he's no longer a sixth grade general. Like, I don't know. Maybe I missed that. I'll reread that later. But on to the next one. Yo.